Welcome to the Sail Savvy channel. This is your host Magnus with Captain Cognac co-hosting. In today's episode of the Best Budget Sailboat Cruisers, we're examining the Saturna 33. Stay tuned. Veiled in mystery, this William Garden designed double-ender would be a unicorn if it weren't for the reputedly very high build quality. There is no official number of how many were built, except that Truant completed 30-odd boats before passing the molds on. The solid estimate would probably hover closer to 50 than 70. Yet they pop up a few times a year on the used market, and that's a testament to the build quality again. The Saturna 33 has a lot to offer the cruising sailor, particularly the pilot house windows not only being large, but also at eye height when seated in the salon or at the helm. Also a companionway door rather than a hatch, and a very favorable comfort ratio while maintaining a degree of sailing ability thanks to the 14.25 sail area to displacement ratio. They came available in settee or dinette layouts. Let's take a closer look at the vital stats over on sailsavvy.org, where we'll look under boats, best budget sailboat cruisers, budget family gems category, and we scroll down to the Saturna 33 or Truant 33. While we already touched on the sail area to displacement ratio, the other thing that stands out is a comfort ratio of 31.13, which I think is pretty impressive for the type of boat. Personally, I would love to see a bit shallower draft. A foot less would be fantastic, but you can't get everything. I think it's time we get the tour underway. Starting from the bow, some of the Truants had a Pullman berth, while most of the Saturna 33s had a V-berth. In both cases, they were followed by a galley to port, but in the case of the Saturna, the head was immediately after the V-berth, followed by the navigation desk, and those are reversed on the Truant version, as you can see in the layout diagram. Continuing aft is either a U-shaped settee or a dinette to port. There's the helm station to starboard, followed by a quarter berth that tucks in a little bit under the cockpit lazarette. The cockpit itself is just the right size. It's very functional, and I love the companionway door rather than hatch. Personally, I'd like to see a little bit bigger cockpit, but that's definitely not necessary on the boat. As I mentioned earlier, with only about 60 made, of course they're not going to be plentiful on the used market, but because they seem to be of very high quality, most of those 60 are still around, so they do pop up a few times a year. If this boat is the right boat for you, I'd wait for it because it's pretty sweet. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Best Budget Sailboat Cruisers. Hope to see you again next time. Until then, myself and Captain Cognac are standing by on channel Sail Savvy.